Hey, welcome to the Clear Financial Thinking channel. Today we're looking at 5 companies whose stock has been beat up over the last year and even a little longer because the market believes that these stocks will be hurt by AI. So, what we're doing is we're asking the question, is that true or is it an overreaction? And the way we're trying to answer that question is we're looking at their revenue, growth, margins, cash flow, and then we're trying to evaluate, is the fear justified? Okay, so the first company is Adobe. This is actually one that we talked about a few days ago on this channel because it came out near the top of our stock evaluation tool because its finances are so good and the price has been beat up so much this year that it surprised me. Adobe was ranking in my evaluator higher than Microsoft, higher than Apple, higher than NVIDIA. And that's because, as you can see here, the numbers are pretty good and the valuation has been hit. So Adobe is down 23% year to date as of yesterday. Maybe a lot of people watching my video because it popped. It went up 4.5% today, and it's up 7% since I published my video. But I know that's not why it's going up, but I thought that was interesting. Their finances still look good. 32% growth year over year on repeating revenue. That's important. Free cash flow is up 15% year over year. Operating margins still doing better. Revenue's growing. Their forecast, they've said, looks positive. So it's really interesting because you would think that Photoshop and Illustrator would be heavily impacted by AI because AI is great at that sort of thing. But I think the professionals still want the best tools, and Adobe's incorporating AI into those tools. So maybe that's helping them. And then we all know the PDF documents and the ability to edit PDFs and create PDFs. It's probably something that's going to be here for a little while. So anyway, that's Adobe. It's beat up more than the financials indicate it should be. Next one, Intuit. This one I think is probably pretty interesting as well because it's down 43% year to date. And like all 5 companies that we're looking at today, they hit their lows in late May, early June. And so it's recovered quite a bit since then. In fact, it's up 100 points since June. So I'm probably making this video like 2 months too late. So you guys are like, yeah, no duh, these things got beat up and they're recovering. But the finances are looking pretty good. Revenue's up 10%. TurboTax and QuickBooks are both growing their revenue. So this is one where I think people aren't ready to just tell AI to do their taxes or business books for them. They trust a product that they've been using for years. They have all the history. I think there's some advantage to using the same tool year over year because you can pick up where you left off. So anyway, I don't see this revenue going down in the next few years. Maybe it's something when AI gets even better that they have something to be concerned with. This is our last software, Salesforce. So it's currently down 20% year to date. It was down as low as 40% year to date, but it's recovered quite a bit. The numbers, as you can see, look good. Revenue growth, 13%. Subscription and support up 14% year over year. And they're incorporating AI into their tools. Their Agentforce is their AI tool, and you can see it's up 205% year over year, or $1.2 billion. Agentforce. Yeah, Agentforce annual repeating revenue is up 205%, and then the actual data is up 200%. So anyway, the point is they're incorporating AI into their products, and so they're trying to stay ahead of the curve. I think Salesforce and Accenture, the next company we're going to look at, will see they have a chance of revenue remaining steady, but they'll see a reduction in workforce because you don't need as many people to deliver those services or consult on those services. That's best case scenario for them. But I think Salesforce has a chance of figuring this out and remaining competitive by incorporating AI into their tools and still being the most trusted CRM partner over someone that just does generic AI. Accenture. Okay, so the next two are consulting services. Accenture is the largest consulting services firm. Basically, if you're giving a company advice, the theory is that they could just ask AI for that advice or get their own in-house resources to work with the AI to create strategy, to automate their processes, to make things more efficient in their business. And you don't need a consultant to help you do those things. That's probably true. There is risk to these consulting firms, but currently they're not showing that hit in their books yet. As you can see, you have revenue growth, new bookings growth, margin growth, free cash flow growth. They're becoming a little more efficient. They have done some reduction in resources. The growth is modest. So right now it's down 31% year to date. And they're growing their AI consulting services, but I understand the concern that they'll need fewer resources. And right now, a lot of their revenue comes from billing out their resources. So this is not one I would invest in right now. It's one I would watch closely to see how they're going to navigate this AI situation. Gartner, this one is showing signs of being a victim. They don't have as clear a path forward. More of their revenue comes from research and advice than Accenture, which is big, giant computer system implementations. So Gartner will be the first victim, I think, of the five we're looking at here. They're already showing a hit to revenue. So I think their ability to adapt is less obvious compared to the other companies we just looked at. So that's it in a summary. Gartner, I think, is one that I would stay far away from. Intuit and Salesforce, for me, are probably the two most interesting of these five. If I see, a downturn in those two, I would consider investing. And I'm talking about, 2 or 3 year investment horizon, not like 3 months and dump. Then because that's kind of my strategy is you look for a good company and you ride it a while. But anyway, thank you for your time, and please leave a comment if you have suggestions for other companies you want to look at or other ideas for future videos. Thanks.